Welcome to yoga. Today you will need a strap or tie, something to help with binding. So have that ready, and any other props that you like to have. Props are good. And we're going to be working today toward Gomukhasan, cow pose, which is requires opening the hips and opening the shoulders. So before we start, let's center. So you can do that seated or supine. So come into your, what you feel like your starting point is today. And before we begin our journey inward, I just would like to invite you to give thanks for the day. So what's out there around you, nature, and just the dawning of a new day, perhaps even rejoicing in that, and all the opportunities it brings. So just take a moment to be grateful for that, and then close your eyes and begin your journey inward. So starting by seeing where you are physically, your physical body. And remember, you're seeing it with non-judgment and compassion, remembering the gratitude we sent to our bodies last time for all they do to support us. So have compassion for anything you see. Scan your body. Notice any areas of tension or tightness, and just aim to release anything anywhere you can, any holding. And also noticing any pleasant feeling areas. Well, I don't know, whether you just feel warmth or just notice where all your muscles and joints, how they're feeling today, any messages they're sending to you, and acknowledge them. Also be mindful or aware of any emotions that might be bubbling up or that you've been experiencing recently. Just be aware of emotions. It's always good to acknowledge, not deny. And be aware of the state of your mind. So whether your mind is busy or calm, or if you've got recurring thoughts. And then we'll begin Pranayama, which can help to still your mind by bringing your focus somewhere else, to your breath. We're going to do a 4-2-4-2 Pranayama. So you're going to begin a nice, slow, deep inhale to a count of 4, and then at the end of your inhale, pause in complete stillness for a count of 2, and then exhale slowly to a count of 4, and at the end of your exhale, pause in stillness for a count of 2. So just, you set your own pace, your own rhythm. Inhaling 4, pause of 2, exhale 4, pause for 2. Sure, as you're breathing like this, that your face, your jaw, your neck is relaxed. If you'd like to slow it down a little more, you can move to 6-3-6-3. Only if you can do it comfortably. It doesn't increase tension. That's the opposite of what we're doing. So find the ratio that you can do comfortably, just slowing everything down, having some pauses between inhale and exhale. Just for a half a minute more. And now, next time you finish your around, just let go of the conscious pranayama breathing and just come back to a nice, slow, deep, even breath to maintain during practice, in and out through your nose unless otherwise directed. And take a moment based on what you've seen to create an intention for your practice. Something that you'd like to take away from your practice today. Could be physical, mental, spiritual. Create the intention, repeat it a few times silently to yourself, and then let it go, but remember that it's there to return to during practice. And go there when you need to. We will begin practice. Remember to have your strap nearby on our backs. So come over into a supine position. With your strap nearby. And lengthen out on the mat. Flex your feet, spread your toes, press lightly out through the bottoms of your feet. Your hands are down next to you, palms down on the mat. Spread your fingers, and on an inhale, lift your arms up overhead, arms back toward behind you, and lengthen out in 2 directions. Just gently lengthen out. And exhale, soften. One more full body stretch. Now take your strap and hold it in your 2 hands. Hands are shoulder width apart. So you're going to hold the strap and pull gently apart. Gentle tension, pulling the strap apart. And on an inhale, take your arms back up overhead. Continue lengthening gently out through your feet. Exhale, bring your arms up and down toward your thighs. Always having a gentle pressure on the strap, pulling the strap as if you're pulling your hands away. And just continue inhaling, arms up, exhaling, arms down so the strap comes to your thighs. Just like that. Slow, deep, even breaths. Move slowly, opening up your shoulders. The strap gets you a little more out of this. And just see if you can see which muscles, what the strap is doing, activating which muscles in your arms. A couple more times. And then you can put the strap over to the side, but we're going to move to the hips now, so you will need it right away. So keep your left leg straight, jar your right knee into your chest and put the strap around the ball of your right foot and raise that foot toward the ceiling so you've got one end of the strap in each hand. The strap is around the ball of your foot, right below the toes. Lengthen up. Now you can, if it's uncomfortable to have your left leg long, you can bend the knee if that feels better. Begin to make small circles with your right foot, like you're drawing a little circle on the ceiling. Start slowly at first, just opening up your hip, moving the hips moving around. Gradually make your circles bigger. Notice what's going on in your hip joint. So if there's any sticky place, just move slowly. Remember, with compassion. Don't move through pain. Just continue making slow circles with your right foot, your whole leg actually, but think about the foot making a circle on the ceiling. And then slow that down, come back to center, and begin to make circles going the other direction. Starting small, moving slowly, you're still breathing, slow, deep, even. Your circles may get a little bigger. You're pulling down on the strap, just gently, pressing up with your foot as you move around in circles. Your leg might go far out to the side, far crossing over, or it may not. So just find what your comfortable range of motion is. Just waking up that joint, and then slow it down. Bend your right knee into your chest, remove the strap, move it to the other side, and then lengthen out your right leg. Just notice the difference between how the legs might feel. Right leg might feel a little longer. Then bend your left knee and put the strap around the ball of your left foot. Raise it up to the ceiling, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. So your sides are going to be different. So just notice that. If there's discomfort in your knee, which I have on this side, makes me think about it, take a little bend in your knee. Your knee does not have to be straight. So begin making small circles on this side. Moving slowly, keeping your focus and attention on the hip joint, noticing sensation there. Circles get gradually a little bigger. So in cow face pose, Gomukhasan, the hips are going to be externally rotated and adducted, crossing over each other. So all these preparatory movements are leading us up to that. And slow your circles down and begin circling the other way. Small circles at the beginning, gradually increasing in size, gentle pressure on the strap. Slow those circles down. Bend your left knee into your chest. Remove the strap. And then we're going to do a half happy baby. So back to the right leg. Bend the right knee into your chest. Again, the strap goes around the ball of your right foot. Foot is flexed. And bend the right knee in toward your right armpit, pulling down on the strap. Now you might want to put a little more pressure on the strap to actually pull that foot down. Remember, the foot is flexed. So this is half happy baby, and just keep it there. Pressing that, so it's hip flexion. Seeing how that feels. Breathing into the place of sensation. Couple more breaths. And then remove the strap. Straighten out your right leg. Bring your left knee into your chest. Strap around the ball of the left foot. Draw the left knee toward your left armpit and quite a lot of pressure pulling that foot down on the foot. Knee toward your armpit. Breathe. And then remove the strap, place it to the side, grab both knees into your chest, Apanasana, and just rock around, take any movement here that feels good. We've got one more movement on the back. So with your knees bent, cross your right thigh over your left. Take a hold somewhere on your shins or down by your ankles, and keep your feet flexed and draw your legs toward your chest. So the right knee is on top, the knees are stacked, and notice where the stretch is in this. You're going for the stretch in the outer hip, the outer thigh. This is the leg position of cow pose, Gomukhasan, but we're seated when we're doing it, so it's a different foundation. But this is just setting you up for that. Okay, let go of your legs. Undo the cross them the other way, so now the left knee is on top. This might be different. Your hips are different, remember, so this might look and feel different from the other side. Draw your knees toward your chest. Find the sweet spot where you feel a stretch but not a pain. Be especially mindful of your knees here too. So if you feel discomfort in your knees, lighten up. You don't want to feel that. Okay, now uncross your legs. Hug both knees in one more time. Take a rock right and left. And then come onto your side or else rock up. And we're going to come all the way to standing. So best way for you, come all the way to standing. Have your strap ready. And we'll start in mountain pose. So look at your feet. Make sure their toes are pointing forward. Feet are parallel roughly. Maybe the big toes a little closer. Lift and spread your toes. Lay them down. Press evenly into the four corners of your feet. Press down into the earth. Feel the lift energy that comes up through your legs. Take a little tuck of the tailbone. And then bring your shoulders up to your ears. Round back down. Slight external rotation of your arms, long side waist, lift up through the crown of your head, spread your fingers, shoulders are down from the ears, close your eyes if you have the balance, release, take a big breath in, sigh it out. Then go back to breathing in and out through your nose. Slow, deep, even breaths. Rooting down, lifting up. Stable, but not over-efforting. Easy. So let go any tension in your face, your jaw, your neck. Let your shoulders melt down and come more together in the back. Two more nice deep breaths here. And then take your strap. Have your hands about shoulder width apart. Bring the strap over your head. Lengthen up. And on an exhale, side bend to the right. Gentle pressure on the strap, pulling your hands apart. Inhale up. Exhale, side bend left. Press a little more into the outside foot. Going for a nice stretch all the way up the side of the body. The strap just adds a little more for your shoulders. Couple more times. And next time you side bend to the left, let your arms come down. And we're going to do the shoulder position for cow pose. We did the legs on our back. So put the strap over your right shoulder. Just drape it over your right shoulder. On an inhale, bring your right arm straight out, thumb up, all the way up. Lengthen up. Your spine is nice and tall. Then bend your elbow and take Have your elbow by your right ear. Take a hold of this strap that you can feel on your back. Inhale your left arm out, thumb up, and then turn the thumb down. Internally rotate your shoulder. Bring it straight back. Bend the elbow and take hold of the strap below your right hand. Now your fingers might come together and you might be able to clasp your fingers, and that's fine. But most of us will probably need the strap or want the strap. It doesn't make the pose less to use the strap. It makes it the best for you. So lengthen up through your spine. Aim to keep the right elbow near the right shoulder. Be wary of the left shoulder. So anytime if you feel pain or if you're overstretching, go down on the strap a little bit. Find a place that's comfortable, and we're just going to take several slow, deep, even breaths here. Keep your head up. Lengthen up through the spine, up through the crown of your head. One more breath. And then release your left arm and your right arm. Take the strap over the left shoulder. I'll do the other side. So this time, right arm comes out and up. Bend at the elbow. Take hold of left arm comes out and up. Sorry. You know what, I'm just going to be honest. A deer is walking right by the window here, and I got distracted. So left arm up, bend at the elbow, and then the right hand comes forward. Turn the thumb down and internally rotate, and bring it back. Bend the elbow so the back of your hand is against your back, and take hold of the strap. This side might be different. And find your good grip. So as you breathe here, you might be able to slide your hands closer together. Or not. Okay, then undo your arms, remove the strap, and shake everything out. Actually, we'll take a couple of half suns because we're gonna come into a balance pose. So we need some movement here. So inhale, arms go up. Exhale, swan dive forward, bending your knees as much as you need. Inhale into chair, hips back. Exhale all the way up, arms around to Anjali Mudra. One more time. Inhale up. Move with your own breath. Nice. Okay, then come to face the short edge of your mat. Evenly on both feet. We're going to do tree pose. So find your gaze point, something you can look at that's not moving. And firm up your core. Let the weight come into your left foot, so come up onto your right toes. Your hands can be on your hips or down anywhere you want. Externally rotate your right leg, and then you can stay there or find where you'd like to rest it. I like it on below the knee. You can bring it up to your thigh, pressing the thigh and foot together. Make sure you're firmed up in your core. And when you find a nice, easy balance here, or wherever you are, you can add. So you can have your arms come up like tree branches. Take any movement with your arms. You can raise your gaze up toward the ceiling. You can take a twist. So kind of play with your tree pose, play with your balance. It's practice. So have a playful, curious attitude. You're building your balance. If you come out, that's fine. Take a breath and come back in slowly, mindfully. It's all good. And then when you come out slowly and with control as much as you can. Shake out your left leg. Take any movements to get rid of the tension. And we'll go to the other side. So this time, weight comes into the right foot, come up onto your left toes. This is balancing. Also, you can have a chair or a wall. So please use any props that help you to be safe in this posture. Externally rotate. Find your resting place. And do your tree pose on the other side. Take your time. Make sure your breath is slow, deep, even. So stay with your breath. Stay with your drishti, just a soft gaze. And then when you're ready, come out slowly, mindfully. Shake everything out. And we're going to, so you're at the top of your mat. Going to transition down to a seat. So inhale your arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Step your feet back into downward facing dog. Oops. It's just being down dog for a little bit here. So take any movement, pedal your feet. Press down into the hands, press down through your heels. Take a deep bend in your knee. So bend your knees a lot and lift your sit bones toward the ceiling. And then gradually straighten your knees. Press down through your heels, through your hands. Let your neck be loose so you can shake your head yes and no. Chest is moving toward the thighs. Take a couple breaths. And then on an inhale, let your knees come to the mat. Take your hips back over your heels into child's pose. Take a couple breaths in child's pose, resting your head on your hands, or you can have your hands in front or back by the side. Just take a few breaths here. Now come up to see, you might want to have a blanket or a block handy here. We're going to come into hero's pose. So you're going to be, legs are a little hip width apart. You're going to be sitting on the tops of your feet. So if this is too stressful on your knees, you can put a blanket under your knees and sit up, or a block between your feet. So those are great modifications. So you're sitting right, your feet are flat, tops of your feet flat on the mat. Sit up with a nice tall straight spine. Have your palms facing up on your thighs and touch your thumb and pointer finger together. That's a mudra. Close your eyes. So make sure you're comfortable here so you can close your eyes. This is a kind of a meditative posture. And we're going to take several breaths right here. Slow, deep, even breaths. Face relaxed. One more breath. And now you will need your strap. We're going to move into our goal pose, which is Gomukhasan. We've done the legs, we've done the arms. We're going to put it together. Trying to decide which I should be facing you. So I'm going to take the blanket out. So you want to, from hero's pose, take your feet out to the left so your hips come down next to your legs. Take your left leg and lift it up, cross it over the right. So the left knee is on top. Now this, you might see a difference here. I'm going to see if I can sit up on a blanket. Yeah. It could be a little more comfortable sitting up on a blanket. So might make it a little more awkward getting into the pose. But sitting on a blanket is fine, or not. So you're aiming to have your knees stacked kind of close together, feet out to the side, pointing so you could hold on to your toes. And you squeeze your inner thighs together. So that's the adduction. And the legs are externally rotated before you go into adduction. So you've got both those things going on. We've practiced this. Sit up nice and tall. Have your strap over your right shoulder. Left knee's on top. And we're going to do the same thing we did standing. So inhale, start first, make sure your spine is nice and tall. Lift up through the crown of your head and root down through your sit bones, whether they're on the mat or a blanket. And lift your right arm up, palms facing in. Bend your elbow next to your right ear, take hold of the strap. Left arm comes out, internally rotate, so thumb goes down. Bend that elbow and bring the back of your hand to your sacrum, and then find the strap over there. Lengthen up, don't let your head come forward, so lengthen up tall. Aim to have your elbow as near to the ear as you can. Once you get everything in place, close your eyes. Breathe. See if you can relax into this pose. This pose, when you get everything lined up, is supposed to be, it's also called face of light pose. But the reason for the cow name is that eventually you find a place of serenity and ease and peace, like a cow out in the pasture. It's also very good for digestion. So it kind of sinks you into that parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest. Couple more breaths. And unwind by taking your arms down first, your shoulders, and then uncross the legs. Straighten your legs out, so just for in between sides, come to Dandasana, staff pose. Both legs straight out, feet flexed. Hands can gently rest into the mat to lengthen up your spine. You can kind of shake your legs out here if you'd like. And then take your legs to the other side and cross so the right knee is on top of the left. Notice differences. There will be differences. Feet out to the side. This time the strap's going to be over your left shoulder. So we're going to inhale the left arm and bend the elbow, take hold of the strap, left elbow up by the left ear. Reach out with your right hand, turn the thumb down, internal rotation, straight back, bend your elbow, find the strap. So find the right either grasp of your hands, if that works for you, or the right tension on the strap so that your left arm is up. So you're really, there's a stretch in the triceps muscle, in the back of your left arm. Lengthen up, make sure your spine is tall, head is lifting toward the ceiling, and just breathe. Just be that cow out in the pasture. No worries. Just chewing the grass. One more breath. And then let the arms come down. Remove the strap. Straighten out your legs. Shake them out a bit. Tall, sit up nice and tall, flex your feet, lengthen out through your legs, lengthen up through the crown of your head. You can have your hands down by your side. Take a few breaths here in Dandasana. And then come around onto your back. We've got one more thing with the strap, so have that nearby. Come onto your back. Knees bent, feet about hip distance apart. Take the strap and put it around the fronts of your ankles. The front of your ankles, one side of the strap in each hand. So you can pull back gently with the strap. We're going to do bridge pose with a strap. Now, if you like to use a block between your knees for bridge, that's something that can help with the pose. So that's an option. So before we start, just lift up and bring your shoulder blades together on the back a little bit. So open up your chest mindfully, and then pulling back on the straps. Don't let your knees come together, but pull back on the strap and lift your hips. Don't worry about getting up as high as you can go. Just lift And on an exhale, come back down one vertebra at a time from the top all the way down to your sacrum. A few times, moving bridge. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Gentle pressure on the strap. See how that changes the pose for you. And you can continue with the moving bridge, or if you'd like to pause at the top, kind of bring your shoulder blades together a little more and keep gentle pressure. If it doesn't feel good, forget the strap and just hold your bridge or keep moving. And then come down. Straighten out your right leg. Keep your left knee bent. Kind of come over a little bit onto your right hip. And then with your right hand on your left knee, draw the left knee across your body and come into a supine twist. Left arm can be out shoulder height, palm up, or down by your side. And just find a place where you've got a nice stretch, a good feeling stretch that you can hold for about a minute. I will let you know. But as you're holding here, breathe right into the space of the place of stretch, and exhale. Find release somewhere in your body. Find a little softening on the exhale. Just give your muscles a permission to let go. Everything is supported. It's okay for the muscles to release. And inhale, bring your left knee up. Come back to center. Keep your both knees bent, both feet on the floor, and just lift and tap the back of your sacrum a few times against the mat. And then push away with your feet so you get a little massage to the back body there. And then straighten out your left leg. Draw the right knee across and take the twist on the other side. Make any modifications for this side, which is different, and find a nice twist over here. Inhale into create space, send the breath right to the area of stretch sensation. Exhale, soften, release somewhere. And when you've gotten as much on that side as feels balanced with the other, come out and take some time to come into Shavasana. Take any movement that you'd like, any pose before settling in. Get any props you'd like for Shavasana. A rolled mat, a rolled blanket under your knees can help if you're having issues with your low back. I forgot to say that Gomukhasan can actually, if you have sciatica, cow pose can relieve that, help with that. But if your hips are too tight to get your knees close together, then it's not good. So hopefully nobody was in that situation, but if you, if a pose ever doesn't feel right or creates pain, then that is your body telling you to back out, back off, modify, whatever. So hopefully you remember that your body is your first teacher. So come into Shavasana, and I'd like to start Shavasana whenever you get there, as you're set up physically, to take 3 breaths where you take a nice deep inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth with a sigh. So inhale. So when you start your Shavasana, see what it's like to start with that. That's a way of releasing tension. It's a great way to begin Shavasana. Shavasana is just a very important pose where you integrate all the things you've done through practice. Surrender to the moment. Fully supported, safe, everything you need in that each moment. Not doing anything, not following thoughts, not worrying about the future, thinking about the past. Just let that all go. And just rest in awareness of the present moment, which is all good. Letting your body breathe itself, and just aware of everything and not attaching to anything. Gently bring your awareness back to this space. Awaken your body slowly. The gentle movements of fingers, toes, rolling your head side to side. And gradually bring your knees into your chest, one at a time or together, and come over onto your side. Just cradle your head in your arms and rest for a few breaths here in side child's pose. Just noticing your body, your emotions, your mind at the end of practice, noticing where you are, perhaps revisiting your intention. And then use your arms to bring yourself up to a comfortable seat. Keep your eyes closed, but sit with a nice, tall, straight spine. Take a big inhale through your nose. Sigh it out. 2 more just like that. On your next exhale, bring your arms out to the side, spread your fingers. Exhale, give yourself a hug. Cross the right arm over the left. Take a hold of your shoulders. Rock, rock, pat yourself. Inhale, arms out once more. Exhale, left arm over right. Give yourself a hug on the other side. And then bring your hands, palms together at your heart space. Bow lightly, bow to your efforts today. It's time you've given yourself. I thank you for coming to yoga and letting me share the practice with you. And the light in me bows to and honors the very same light in each of you. Namaste. Once again, thanks for coming, and I hope to see you back here next week. Bye.